Greetings collectors and welcome to today's show. In a break from our regular collecting show, I'm kicking off a new playlist on the channel. Periodically I'll be looking at a selection of extended demos, indie games and freeware, because free to play is always worth investigating. Expect a selection of games. I'll try to keep them interesting and easily available for all to play. On a side note, if you're an indie developer with demos that you would like covering, please get in contact. I will always be happy to consider featuring demos and independently released games on the channel. When it comes to game collecting, variety is always a good thing, so I'd like to welcome the independent developers to the channel. So, today we're kicking off with a modern classic. We're looking at a free-to-play game that can be readily downloaded on Steam. Get ready to be scared as we enter Spooky's House of Jump Scares. Lag Studios have created somewhat of a freeware hit. The aim is to simply navigate your way through 1000 rooms in Spooky's House of Jump Scares to find out the secret of the house. As the game title suggests, the game is filled with jump scares and little else. I had my reservations about trying this one. It was really only the free price tag that got me to download this one in the first place. As a veteran horror game player, the idea of jump scares seemed a little limiting. It's fair game if jump scares are used sparingly and can actually make for some tense and shocking moments in games. However, a game with little else in the premise is a bit of a hard sell. I wondered to myself how many times I would see a jump scare pop out before I would become completely desensitised to it. I had already seen some Let's Play clips of this online, and the YouTube reactors were going nuts over the smallest of scares. Personally, I find these overreactions rather annoying. In the real world, you can guarantee that the people just don't react this way to jump scares, especially when they're recording themselves and expecting the scare in the first place. It all seems rather fake. Nevertheless, I installed the game and got straight into the intro. It hit me straight away that there is some good quality here in the build, solid graphics and good sound. It was then into the mansion, where I met Spooky.
Hello, I am Spooky. And this is my home. Can you, humble player, make it through 1000 rooms? Can you find what lies at the end? Or is there even an end? Because I don't really know. Anyway, just go.
The small ghost is rather cute and there's some rather witty dialogue and knowing humour to follow. You're then left to wander the mansion and progress through the rooms. Small notes left throughout the rooms build into a narrative of another person lost wandering through the mansion. For someone that doesn't scare easily, I'll admit that I did get caught out by a couple of the earlier jump scares, with the pathetic cute ghosts on a stick of wood or a piece of cartoon bread. The main reason for this is that I play on a full-sized Dolby audio setup, with high-powered amp and subwoofers. Word to the wise, never have your speakers on a loud volume as I did. The surprises soon wore off though, as you kind of know what's coming. At each room number at the multiple of 50, you can save your progress via the cross save points and take the lift to the next set of rooms. By room 100 I was getting a little disheartened by the game. I'm so often disappointed by recommendations of must-play games. At this point, Spooky's House of Jump Scares was getting quite predictable and very repetitive. I have to say though, it's worth persevering with the game. Rooms 1 to 100 are really nothing more than an introduction. The game has quite a slow build-up in general, and I'd say that only around rooms 400 plus does the experience turn into more than what I was expecting. Although it's difficult to call the game challenging, there are moments of puzzle solving and enemies to negotiate in different ways. Spooky's House of Jump Scares is much more about the journey than anything else. It's a simple concept that perhaps shouldn't work as well as it does. I won't spoil the game ending for you or give you all of the details, as the game is best experienced firsthand. I'm happy to report though that the game does get much more interesting towards the later levels, with some simple puzzles and better enemy designs that have the power to warp your vision and attack you if you're not looking at them. For what it sets out to achieve, Spooky's House of Jump Scares is actually a really great free-to-play game. There's some great humour throughout, interesting style of presentation, and overall I found the experience rather worthwhile. The game certainly makes a transition from cute and charming to rather sinister and grim in the later rooms. It's fair to say that I was actually won over by this game. Despite my reservations of a jump scare based game and a rather slow build up, the game did leave me with an overall positive impression. Obviously this is a relatively short and free to play game, but I would be happy to recommend this one to anyone looking for some creepy horror fun. It did enough for me as a player not to outstay its welcome. If you really enjoy the experience, you can pay to extend the fun. At the present time, the game has one downloadable pack called Karamari Hospital. The tagline reads, "In this alternative universe, the elevator has crashed below the 1000th room, revealing even more terrific monstrosities. In this new abyss lies Karamari Hospital, long abandoned by the living and infested with the not-so-living." I haven't personally played the downloadable content of the Karamari Hospital yet, but for the low asking price I think that it's going to be well worth the entry fee, especially as you're already getting the original game for nothing. Let me know what you think about Spooky's House of Jump Scares in the comments, and also I'm always interested in your nominations for other great freeware and indie games. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to feature the most interesting on the channel. For now though, I'm off to wander the halls of Spooky's House of Jump Scares. Until next time, don't have nightmares. Hello again, I hope you enjoyed today's show and thank you for the view. Remember, you can always comment, like, subscribe and find us on the social media sites below. Happy collecting!